This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. So in the last session, we were discuss about modules concept in Python. So we have seen user-defined modules and some predefined module also. Predefined module means math module we discuss just for mathematical operation purpose. So similarly, we have other module in Python that is predefined module, that is random module. So today we'll work with the random module. So this module is used to generate some random numbers for authentication purpose or any gaming application purpose. We generate some random numbers. Randomly, we can able to generate some numbers in different patterns by using random module. Further, we have random module. So random module is contains some predefined functions. These are the random module functions. One is random function. Next one is randint. Next uniform. Next rand range. Next choice. These are the main important functions in random module. Choice. These are the main important function in random module. So random, randint, uniform, range, choice. So random function, what it will do actually? Random functions will generate random function will generate random float values random float values between 0 and 1. It is not include. So it will generate random float values between 0 and 1, not include. That means 0 will not include, 1 will not include. In the generation of random numbers, 0 will not include, 1 will not include. It will generate only random float values between 0 and 1. Suppose here, let's see the practical implementation from random import star. I want to generate random numbers by using random function. How many random numbers you want to generate, you can decide, like for I in range of now you can see 10 random numbers I want to generate. Print random. This is random function. So let's run this. So this function will generate how many random numbers? 10 random numbers between 0 and 1. That means 0 will not include, 1 will not include here. 0 is not include, 1 is not include. 0 and 1 in between randomly. So how many times you are executing, that many times numbers will be different, random numbers will be different completely here. Okay, so this function will generate random numbers between 0 and 1, random float numbers between 0 and 1. Not include means 0 will not include, 1 will not include. Only 5 numbers I want to generate, just you can give the 5 here. So 5 random numbers will be generated. 5 random numbers will be generated. Suppose next randint is there. It will generate random int values between two given numbers only. So here include Include means there may be chance to present your given numbers also. Like if I gave 2 to 20, so 2 might be present and 20 might be present. Yes, it's possible. So it will generate random int values between two given numbers, that is including. So your numbers also may include. So but all integer values only. So random integer values, not float values. Let's check out here random int. So rand int. This is my function. So between two given numbers. So suppose 2 to 20 I'm giving. I want to start my random number from 2 and ends with 20. And how many random numbers you want? 5 random numbers I want. So in this 5 also you may get 20 or you may get 2 also sometimes, or you may not get any one. So no problem at all. So let's run this. So it's keep on executing like this. 2 is there, 20 is there also here, including actually 10 numbers random. Suppose 10 numbers I want, so 10 random numbers I want to get in between 2 and 20 only. So you can generate 10 numbers randomly. So random numbers are going to be generated. So generally this random number generation we can use on fly basis, authentication basis, authentication purpose. On fly we can able to generate. Then for gaming application also some random numbers is used to generate in gaming applications. So for authentication purpose mainly we use random generations actually. Integer format, float format, including, not including, that you can decide based on the functionality. And here you can see uniform. There is a uniform function, uniform. So this function will generate, it will generate random float values, random float values, random float values between two given numbers, two given numbers, not include, it is not include, not include. This function will generate two given numbers, float values, random float values between two given numbers. What is the difference between random function and uniform function? Means random function also will generate float random values. Uniform function also will generate float random values. But the difference is this will generate 0 and 1. It is not at all include. And this will generate between two given numbers. It is also not at all include. So let's try with that uniform. So here uniform will generate random float values 2 to 20. How many float values? 10 float values, which will not include 2 and 20. Now you can see here 2 and 20 is not included here. Okay, random float values between two given numbers. Next here, the random range is there. This is different thing actually. So this function will generate random range values between two numbers based on step also. Based on step in the sense here we have to maintain some start option, stop option, start, stop, and next one step. You have to do that. So start, then stop, then step. So you have to use these start and stop and step values. Based on that, it will be generate random numbers clearly. So look at here, random range I'm giving, random range. Then here start value 2, stop value 20, and step value I want to give 3 for example. How many random numbers you want? 10 random numbers I want. In 10 random numbers in between the variation you can see this somewhere compulsory 3 step will be there. 2 plus 3 5 plus 3 8 plus 3 11 plus 3 14 like this, 14 17 like this only options will be there. So here 2 plus 3 5 plus 3 8 plus 3 11 plus 3 14 plus 3 17 like this it will be there. Only 3 variation will be there. 3 step I have given, that is also randomly it will pick up. For example 2 step I have given, so it starts from 2, all even numbers might be in 2 4 6 8 10 11 or 10 12 14 like this. So this is what the random range function. So these are 4 functions will return random values only. But here coming to the choice function, So it won't return any random number, it return random object. It return random object. It return random object. So based on your, for example, you have some sequence of items. So I want to pick up from the sequence of items some randomly I want to pick up. Then choice function can be used. So let's do that choice function, how it will be. For example, here my list is there, list. List of items are there. Suppose list of items, these are one Pepsi, one Coke, one Sprite, one Thumbs Up. So these are the list of items. I would like to use choice function here. So how it is here, for I in lst, then print choice of lst. Choice function will not come because of why? So we are not included random module. From random import star, from random import star. Now this time you can see choice function will pick up the choice from the given sequence. So for I in list lst, so print choice of lst. So might be sprite 2 times or other things are 2 times, 3 times also. Some choice is not at all pick up actual here. So like this you can able to get. So this is random object only. This function will not return any random numbers. It return only random object like this. Okay, so this is choice function. So randomly we can able to pick up, so by using random module. So random is one function which will generate random float values between 0 and 1, not include rand int. If you want to generate random integer numbers, it will generate random int values between two given numbers, that is include, your numbers also may include. And uniform, it will generate random float values between two given numbers, that is not include. And random range, it starts and step and stop values, based on that it will generate random numbers. And choice function will not return any random numbers, it will return random object. Based on choice, it will be pick up the values from the sequence. So this is random module, which is predefined module. Like similarly yesterday we discussed what math module, no, same, that is also predefined. Functools is a predefined module, math and random is a predefined module. Like this, still we have so many modules. Suppose date related task you want to work with, suppose date related task, then we can use what here, import date time. So this is the date time module. So I want to display current system date and time. X equals to date time is a module name, date time is a class name, dot now is a method. So that means current system date and time, present time we can able to print. So print x. So this is possible. So current system date and time is present in the following format, like year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds, and microseconds. So x import x date time actually here. So next import statement also we can use here, from date time import, from date time import star. So in that case we need not to use date time here. Date time directly x equal to date time dot now we can use like this. Both are same. But now uh, we can uh, we can we can get some date objects also, only day, month, all those things we can able to get. Suppose you can say print x dot year, I want to get only year. So next print x dot month, I want to get, print x dot day, I want to get. So these are the date parts actually. So we can able to get each and every part from the day. So then x dot r, you can able to get print x dot minute, print x dot second, print x dot microseconds. Like this we can able to get all options. Now you can see 2019 year, month, day. Okay, so here time, hours, minutes, seconds, and microseconds, like this. Current system date and time objective we can able to get. So this is what here in date time module. So we can prepare our own date related. We can prepare our own date values also by using some function is there, month function. So datetime module is having a function called month function. In that function, we have to pass some three parameters. If you want to create date and time, so three parameters you have to pass. One is year parameter, next month parameter, and next day parameter. Three parameters we can able to pass. Then using three parameters, it will arrange the date. So if any one of the parameter is wrong, it won't arrange. Let's try with that. So x equals to datetime dot what we can say directly, we can pass 2019 is year, and 12 is a month, and 12 is 23 is a date. So print x. Now you can see based on our parameters, date was created. Yes, it is created 2019, 12, 23. Suppose here I'm giving 32. 32 is what? Day. So day is not 32 here, up to 31 only it is there. So that's what it shows error clearly. Value error, day is out of range for the month. So it is not possible. So 31st if we give, then it is okay, because some December month is having 31st day. But even November, if I'm taking here, you can see November don't have any 31st day. It is day is out of range. Suppose look at here, 2016 is a leap year, and leap year I'm taking February month, that is 29 days will be there. 29 will accept. 29 will accept. What is the order of predefined? The same function available in current module. Same function is available in the current module. So order is not required. Anyways we can use that functionality. We import star no. So no need to use order. Which function you want to, which will be called. First whatever it is mentioned, that will be called. Yes, line by line execution, it is interpreter, no? So first whatever it comes, it will be executed undoubtedly. X equals to datetime dot 2016 is a leap year, 2 is a February month, 29 days is there. For example, if I'm giving 30 days or 31 days, so 31 days, 30 days I'm giving. So it won't be 30 days, it shows error again. So suppose normal year, 2017 is non-leap year, then February month, is this having 29 days? No, it is having only 28 days. So let's give 28, it will work now this time, 28. 2017, 0 to 28 length. Okay, suppose here months are there. So 13 months I'm giving. 13 months is there? No. So clearly indicates value error. Month must be in 1 to 12 only. So 1 to 12 only we have to give the month. 13 is not possible. So whatever you want to generate date and time, you must and should be passed three parameters, year and month and day. But these three parameters always must be valid actually. If any one of the parameter value is invalid, then it shows error. So compulsory how to use this date related task, date objects we can able to create. And next we can say in this what we can say date time, we will check out that is, let me show with it is not calendar module, that is I will show you that. So now we can see calendar module, we will generate calendar module, how to generate with how to work with calendar module with the date related task only. Suppose in this date related task, some function will be there. That function I will tell you, uh, strftime function will be there. Strftime, that is string format. So strftime is a function which is converted date related things into string readable format. String readable format we can able to convert. For example, strftime, there is error, just wait. Here from date time import star, then after that x equals to date time dot print x equals to date time dot now, then print x dot strftime, then percentage a. This is what capital A. So in this capital A, what will happen? You can see this Wednesday. That means it written, this is strftime format actually. So it indicates what? Weekday long version. Weekday long version means Wednesday. X dot strftime, here percentage small a. Now this time weekday short version, you can see this is weekday short version. Next print x dot strftime percentage b, capital B. So this is June. That means month short version or long version? Long version. Month long version. Print x dot strftime, then percentage small b, month short version. That means JU and it's coming. This is month short version. Print x dot strftime percentage y, small y I'm giving. Year short version will come 19. Year short version. Next print x dot strftime percentage capital Y. Year full version will come 2019. Year full version. This is. So strftime function will return date related things in the string readable format, full version, short version, like this. These are the fixed expressions here, percentage a capital and small. So weekday long version, weekday short version, month long version, month short version, and short version year short version, and full version year, that is capital Y. So this is strftime format. Using this strftime format functions, related date related tasks we can display in particular format only. So this is date time module. So there is a calendar module also there, so we can able to display particular month calendar. So let's try to do that. So from calendar import star, from calendar import star. So there is a calendar module is having month function. So that month function will accept two parameters. One is year and month, and that month of that year calendar will display. So whatever we mentioned the month, that month and that year calendar will display. Okay, that is month function will do that. So let's do that. For example, year y equals to, or any variable you can take, 2019 I'm taking. M in the sense month. This is what June month 6 I'm giving. So I want to print this month and year calendar. So calendar dot, calendar is not required, directly we can use month, I think so. Month of x y comma x, so that month calendar will be replaced, y comma m actually. So that is parameter is wrong, year and month. So now you can see the calendar will be displayed. What month? June month calendar is displayed. This is month. Today is the date is 5th only, so that is Wednesday clearly here. Okay, only this particular calendar will display like this. So year 2019, month 6. So no need to give year and month here. Directly we can able to give the year and month. In which year calendar you want, you can see 2020 calendar, third month calendar I want to display. So 2020 year 2020 and March calendar it's going to be displayed like this. Okay, so this is what calendar is used to display calendar of the particular year by using month function, we can say that. So there is a 2020 and third month calendar we are going to display particular calendar. So, and one more thing, what we can say, there is a possibility to display what we can say uh, what we can say complete uh, leap days we can able to calculate. Sorry, that just wait, leap days. Suppose you can see we have the calendar, what we can say, print leap days between 2012 to 2050. So leap days in the sense how many leap years will have from where 2012 to 2050, how many leap years we have, that many leap days will come. You can see this 10 leap years will be there, 2012 to 2050. Suppose 1950 to 2000, how many leap days are there? So leap days, leap years, that is, yeah, something miss, we have to use bracket. How many leap days are there? That will be written 12. So leap days. Next there is a function is leap year. So is leap year? Yes. Now 2012 I'm going to use. Is leap year? Yes, it is leap year. True will written. 2016. Yes, it is leap year. This is also true will written. 2017. Is that leap year? No, it's not leap year. That is false written here. So this is calendar module. We can able to print this calendar like this. So next we have what we can say month. What we can say, there is a function. We can able to get some values. Just wait. I'm going to get the help module. Help uh, calendar so that you will get complete information about calendar. So there is option one thing will be there, that is I would like to check out. Otherwise we can find the directory functions dir of calendar. So what are the required methods are present in the calendar? There is no required methods, no problem at all. So this is about calendar module. We can able to get that leap year or how many number of leap days are there, and we can able to display particular month calendar of that particular year by using month function. So these are the predefined modules which will come automatically when we install Python software. One is calendar module, math module, random module, and functools module. These are the few important modules, uh, predefined modules. And user defined module means user has to create that modules and has to be work on that. For example, previously we discussed about sample.py, okay, sample1.py, test.py. These are the predefined modules. And one more important thing is there, so that I will try to discuss now today. See, in the last session we discussed about modules concept. In that module concept, so one important thing is there. What is that the special variable is there in Python. So I will discuss this special variable. That is, what is that special variable? Underscore underscore name underscore underscore. This is a special variable. For every Python program internally, this underscore underscore name underscore underscore special variable will be add. Then what is the speciality of this special variable? In the sense, this special variable is having the information regarding whether the program is executed as an individual program or it is executed as a module from some other program, or it is executed from some other module. It will check. So it is used to check. The special variable underscore underscore name is used to check whether the program is executed as an individual program or it is executed from some other module. It will check. This special variable will return some value. Suppose name equal to underscore underscore main underscore underscore main. Okay, see the name of this special variable, the value of this special variable is equals to main. If it is written main, in the sense the program is executed as an individual program, it is not depending on any other program. Otherwise, if the special variable name not equals to main, that means the program is not executed as an individual program, the program executed from some other module. So simple logic, this special variable is used to check whether the program is executed as directly individual program or it is executed from some other module. It will check. How does it know whether that is executed as directly or it is executed from some other module? Simple, the name variable value is main, in the sense the program is executed as an individual program. If not, then the program is executed from some other module. That is only reason. Okay, simple. If the program is executed as an individual program, the value of the name variable is main. If the program is not executed as an individual program, the value of the name variable is that module, whatever the module through it is working, that module only. So this is special variable in Python. It is used to check whether it is executed as module or some other program. For example, you can see this is sample.py, sample.py. So in this I'm using def f1 function. So here I want to check if underscore underscore name equals to underscore underscore main underscore underscore, okay, name. So if underscore underscore main, if name underscore underscore name equal to underscore underscore main, in the sense, then I want to print code executed as individual program. Next, else print code executed from some other module, that's it. So we need to call the function f1. Now same, I'm going to go to test.py. I'm importing module called sample, and I'm going to call that sample.f1. See, individual program is this one. It is not individual program because this program is executed from some other module like sample module. So whenever we execute this test.py, so we got output like the code executed from some other module. Again, one more time also we got code executed from some other module. Why it came two times? In the sense, we are calling the function here, and this module also here calling the function is possible. So that's what two times it's coming, no matter. But undoubtedly it is not executed as an individual program. It is executed from some other module, no? So that's what it's going to show clearly. The value of the name variable is this value of the name variable this time is what module? Sample module. Now this time I'm going to execute sample.py. This program is executed as directly as an individual program. The code executed from some other module. Sorry, it's showing clearly. This is wrong actually. This is only correct. Let's run this sample.py. This is going to be executed as an individual program, and this is an executed from some other module. some other module. It's some other module through it's working. It's not individual program, and it's going to be executed as an individual program because the value of the special variable is what main is there. So it's going to execute it as individual program only. Who will check out that underscore name? It's a special variable. If this special variable value is main, then the program is executed as an individual program. If the value of this special variable name module, that executed uh, that program is executed from some other module, it's not executed directly, that is. So we can able to check out by using special variable called underscore name. So this is about complete modules and predefined and user defined, all those things. So in the next session we will discuss array module and numpy module. Numpy array creation, how it is, array creation, how it is. So once after finish that, so we will go through object oriented features, all those things like this. Okay, so this is module concept and predefined module concept. So we'll see tomorrow, and same time we'll discuss about arrays and numpy concepts.